mean, it's kind of like the border that runs between Texas and Oklahoma, right? It's not anything, it's not any issue to them. I think that just as Petraeus said, and as I mentioned yesterday, they no longer see America as America. They just see North America. They think that we've been consolidated. In their mind, it's not just a trade agreement. It is a sovereignty agreement. I think they see the three countries together. We already see them handing over the right of eminent domain to a Canadian corporation to be used in the Keystone Pipeline against American farmers who've had their farm for 100 years. That's what they see. They see corporate governance. They see a loss of sovereignty. I don't think they're concerned about people coming across the border. They may try to sell it to us as this is ISIS coming across the border and we need to be protected against that. Maybe that's the way they're going to try to sell MRAPs to people. But right now they're using the war on drugs. They're using the war on terrorism. They may try to sell ISIS, but I haven't heard anybody speak about the people coming across as being a threat and that we need to stop a civil war to reestablish Aslan. So I don't know. Thanks, Truth Raider. Let's go to Blake in Nebraska. Blake, go ahead.
Hey, David. I just wanted to address the whole weed thing. And I'm a 19-year-old kid, so I can really offer a perspective around young people who are for marijuana legalization. You know, I was working out at the rec center at my college the other day, and I saw on CNN the stuff about, you know, it's a new revolution, weed. Now, you know, here's the problem with the liberals wanting marijuana. It's all about the weed itself. What these liberals don't understand is that the legalization of weed should be really about the freedom to do as you please. I like to refer back to John Stuart Mill's harm principle. A man can act as they want as long as they don't harm anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with these liberals, they think, you know, you legalize weed, oh, that's it. We can let the government do whatever they want as long as we get their weed. And,
yeah.
I call these liberals sort of half right, but when you think about it, they're not really right at all. But I will say this. A good way to wake up young people and liberals is to just basically ask them, hey, you ever tried freedom and liberty? I think it's a really good way to wake people up the way I've seen, you know, being
That's true.
a youngin' as I am.
Well, you know, the thing is that, you know, Marx said that religion was the opiate of the masses. So he tried to ban religion. I mean, we could try to ban television, or we could try to ban movies or video games, because that basically people will just do that and drop out of society. And of course, that is going to be a major thing. That's going to be the next thing coming. Video games are going to be so engaging with virtual reality that they will be like a drug. People will just drop out of society. They'll just hook up to the Matrix, and you know, maybe they'll just use their body heat to run the power grid. I don't know. But the bottom line is that you could make that argument about anything. Just because you're going to have people who abuse it, just because you have people who are going to drop out about it. What I've always been concerned about as a non-user of marijuana, and I don't, that's my personal choice. I encourage my children not to use that, not to use alcohol. I want to have the option, if certain things were to happen, I would want to have the option to try marijuana as a medical treatment. I don't think any medical treatment should be off base to anybody for any reason whatsoever. I don't agree with forcing medical treatment on people, and I don't agree with withholding medical treatment from people by force. So that's one of my issues with it. The other issue is we can see, and it's not even speculation now, we can see how this has corrupted our legal system, how it has militarized our police, how it was the basis for the surveillance state. We now learn that for decades before 9/11, for decades before the NSA started using their Section 215, I think it is, to spy on people out of the Patriot Act, that they were doing this with the war on drugs. So this has been a horrific destruction of our country, locking people up, destroying people. We have the most number of people per capita in prison, and it is primarily for marijuana. So I've talked many times to law enforcement against prohibition, former prosecutors, judges, police officers, some of them still in that capacity, who say they started out as drug warriors. They realized that the right way to discourage people is not using the hammer of law enforcement. This is really a psychological problem, a medical problem, a spiritual problem. That's the way it needs to be handled. And it's really sad that in this country, our response to everything is there ought to be a law. And we need the federal government to step in here and do something. Every time there's a problem, that's the way we want to tackle it, is with the federal government, with a federal law. That just doesn't solve most problems, and we see that that hasn't really solved that either. Thanks. Let's go to John in Minnesota. John, you want to talk about Jeb Bush and Bilderberg, was it?
Yeah, I wanted to say something first, though, to you, because I've been listening for weeks and haven't been able to get through. And that you guys engage, as well as the mainstream idiots, with propaganda words like lawmaker, authorities, patriot. I'm sick of the word patriot, man. The Patriot Act, that was all a false, BS, and you guys still say patriot. I mean, it's confusing. What's a patriot? A person who steals your identity, watches you all the time, or? Patriot?
Well, I don't. Hang on, we got to go to a break. I want to come back to you, but you know what? I'm not going to give up my language choices to the people who misuse it. They use that. They deliberately chose patriot so they could lie to people, so they could misrepresent it. But I'm not taking that out of the lexicon. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, InfoWarsLife.com is offering some of the biggest specials we've ever had. 50% off the super high-quality colloidal silver bullet. Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com is free of GMOs, gluten, additives, heavily concentrated in pure deionized water, electrically stabilized to improve potency, can store in your preparedness pack or medicine cabinet for years. Silver Bullet colloidal silver, 30 parts per million, now $14.95, down from $29.95. You cannot beat this deal. 50% off on Silver Bullet colloidal silver and free shipping. Now you know that's going to anger the control freaks. We've also launched the Alex Jones Challenge Pack, the 3 InfoWars Life products that help take me to the next level. Oxy Powder to flush out the upper and lower intestines, Survival Shield Nascent Iodine X2, and Super Mel Vitality fused together have given me and many others amazing results. Discover the groundbreaking, powerfully simple products at InfoWarsLife.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
The folks at My Patriot Supply get it. They know the world can be unpredictable, and there are some scary things happening right now. The only way we can make sure we maintain our independence, despite the situation, is to take control and get prepared. They've come up with a deal that will help you get prepared for anything. Right now, you can get a 4-week food supply for only $99. That's almost 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Limit 2 per caller. This offer isn't available online, so take advantage of this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight. We're going to go right back to our callers. And as a matter of fact, we were just talking to John in Minnesota. He took exception to the fact that we would use the word patriot. Well, you know, language is very powerful. Labels are very powerful. I'm not going to give up the long-term meaning of patriot because George Bush cynically tried to redefine it with the Patriot Act. It isn't like they came up with a description of what they were going to do and says, oh, look, that spells patriot. Wow, who would have thought of it? That was a very cynical way to try to redefine the debate, and we've seen that with many other terms. Before I get back to them, I just want to let you know that My Patriot Supply is at InfoWarsStore.com. You can get a great deal on it there, as well as water filters. All ProPure water filters are 10% off. The promo code WATER right now at InfoWarsStore.com. And you can get My Patriot Supply emergency food also there. And when I talk about Patriot, I mean people who take care of themselves, who take care of their countries, who defend individual liberty, who defend their country against enemies, foreign and domestic. And that can sometimes mean your own government. Frequently it does, because they're the ones who come after you. Now I want to go back to John in Minnesota. And I just want to say, John, that, you know, we look at the term, for instance, liberal. Okay, in the 1800s, a liberal was somebody who defended economic freedom and who defended civil liberty. That all changed in the early part of the 20th century. There was a split in the libertarian faction, if we can call it that, that came about during World War I and the Palmer raids. And we had people start calling themselves liberals who supported a lot of very strong government programs, but they were against the war, against World War I. Then you had other people who would support property rights, but they were very much pro-war. So that World War I experience kind of divided the camp. So a lot of people will refer to themselves now as classical liberals, to try to go back to the 1800s definition. Some people came up with the term libertarian to try to distinguish themselves from liberals. But it's the labels. And I think that we need to fight for these labels instead of just running from them. I think we need to make sure that we keep the high ground of terminology. So, yeah, I'm not going to run from the label of patriot. Go ahead. Tell me what you think we should do.
Well, liberal, from what I remember looking up in the dictionary, means open-minded and generous. And I think that's where a lot of American liberals today think that they're open-minded. Well, they're not. The Democrats usually suck up most of the liberals in the voting society, and Democrats are the most tyrannical group of people I've ever seen besides the SS.
Yeah, it used to be that you get a liberal education. That meant that it was a very open mind in that sense, and not in the political sense is what I was talking about. In the sense that you're talking about, that would be going to college and getting a liberal education, getting a liberal degree. But now there's a lot of intolerance. There's a lot of control in the schools. So, yeah, labels change. And I think, though, that we should not give up labels like patriots that easily. I think we need to not be afraid to identify with the people who have gone before and push back against the cynicism of the label that George Bush came up with in the Patriot Act.
Well, man, I wish I could listen to Alex Jones on the radio up here in the Twin Cities, but instead they keep giving us Rush Limbaugh during your time slot and then Sean Hannity. Yeah. These two shills for the Republican Party year after year, going almost 20 years now, keep telling their listeners, oh, Hillary's bad. Oh, Obama's bad. John Kerry's bad. But they keep telling you that this Republican guy is going to be good for you when Republicans have defecated on their own base so many times. I mean, why would anybody be a Republican? That's why I have a hard time wondering why you're even kind of hoping for Rand Paul. I mean,
no, actually, no, I pointed out that I disagree with him strongly on the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And how did that work out for Republicans when they elected these guys this last time? I mean, immediately they threw the base under the bus. They didn't do anything about Obamacare. They didn't do anything about the borders. That was what they were elected for. Immediately, they passed a continuing resolution, so that would be off the table. They wouldn't have any leverage on that. I absolutely agree with you, and I am not in either party. I would say that I'm like Gerald Celente. I'm a political atheist. That's it for today. Join us tonight at 7 Central for the Nightly News.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Line.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. works. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com.